Everyone, welcome to today's video. We are going to talk about something really important in trading called the order block. If you have ever struggled to find good entry point or wondered why price changes direction at certain levels, this video will help you understand why. I will explain what order block are, how to spot them, and how you can use them to make better trades. What are order blocks? Order blocks are important areas in the market where big traders like banks or institutions place a lot of buy or sell orders. Now, some traders define order block as change in the state of delivery, while others call it zone, which is demand or supply zone. So this candle here is the order block. Reason is price went back to it, have a retest of it, and then push downward. So how do you mark your order block on the chart? When trading the order block, it is important to align your time frame. Determine the context of the higher time frame, which means the bias. Let's say you are a day trader, you need to see your bias, or you need to determine your bias on the daily time frame to pick the right order block on the 1 hour time frame or 5 minutes time frame. So let your low time frame order block align with the overall bias of the higher time frame. For example, here this is a 4 hours order block. As we can see on this picture, this is a confirmed order block, and then price came into it. But at the continuation of the trend, that is the bearish trend on the 5 minutes, we can see that we have already established a direction of the market on the 4 hours. So on the 5 minutes, we'll be looking at order blocks. That is the bearish order block for us to continue our trend or to continue the trade according to the trend. So here on this 5 minutes, you can see here we have another block. Another block can be a single candle or a consecutive candle. As in this case, we can see these are two consecutive candles. When you mark it out, you have your order block. And then price came into it, and this was a good sell. So how do you spot a high probability order block? One, you have to look at liquidity. Is there any liquidity taken? As you can see here, we said the price has swept this liquidity. Run on liquidity above this high. And then if you look at the bullish order block, we have price has swept this liquidity. So liquidity has been taken. Now, is there a fair value gap? Yes, this is a fair value gap. This is how to confirm whether there is high probability or low probability. So this is a fair value gap because we can see the 3 candle pattern. The low of this candle and the high of this candle did not touch each other. So this is a fair value gap. And then is there SMT in the price chart? Even though for me personally, I don't use the SMT, to confirm high probability. I usually use 2, which is liquidity taken and is there a fair value gap. If these 2 are there, I take my trade. So how do we identify and use order block? First is identify the last bullish or bearish candle before the move. Secondly, look for displacement in form of fair value gap to confirm institutional footprint. Thirdly is wait for price to revisit the order block before entering. The fourth one is stop loss should be below the order block. So let's go to the chart and see how this is identified on the chart. So here on this chart is the Euro USD. You can see here below we have Euro USD and is the 4 hours time frame. So let's look at what price has done previously to look at the order block. First, we said if you're going to identify order block, you have to look at the last candle that have swept liquidity before the price move in either direction, be it bullish or bearish. So here we're going to look at the bullish order block, and here we're going to look at the last down candle, which is the bearish candle that have swept liquidity before the massive bullish run, to see whether we have a high probability order block or not. So here we can see here we have a sweep of liquidity below this level. here we have this liquidity has been swept, and then we see here this is the last candle that have swept this liquidity. Apart from this candle, there is no any other candle. And after that, we said the second reason or quality for high probability order block is fair value gap. So here, when the bullish move starts, we can see there's a fair value gap, which shows us that the institutions are in the market. The activity of the institution is visible through fair value gap, and this fair value gap or imbalance can be referred to as displacement. So here we see we have this fair value gap here. So this shows us that this is a strong order block. So we can mark the order block to see if really price have come to the order block. So here we have this. Let's mark the open of the order block. So the open of the order block is the most sensitive part of the order block. So here let's add this order block here. So we have this as our order block. So this has been marked as an order block. What you need to do is that don't chase the market, because when you have an order block, chances are price will reprice or rebalance the price trend so that the institution can buy from the point they bought previously. So here, this is the point. And if you shift the price, you can see here we are shifting price has been bullish. Price has been bullish. Then we have a change in state of delivery here, which is we have a market structure shift. And as price is going bearish, we see price came back to the order block. So if we draw this line here, we see that price has came back to the order block. Here we can have our buy trade at this level. We can place our buy, and then stop loss should be below the order block. So here we can see price move bullishly to the external liquidity at this level, and then this will be our what? Our TP. So how many pips is this? We have 300 pips, because this is on the 4 hours time frame. So here again we can see here, and this is also the bullish order block, because we can see price started coming bearish, and then we found support at this zone. This is a zone here, we call it psychological level, and it can also be viewed as another block. Price came into it, and then we have another what? Sweep of liquidity below. Then price displays, bullishly, and then price created a what? A displacement in form of fair value gap and a void, that is liquidity void. Then price came into the order block. As you can see here, the open of the order block is the most sensitive. Price came into it, find support, and price move bullishly. So let's look at bearish order block, how to spot it and trade the bearish order block. So for the bearish order block, as you can see here, external liquidity has been grabbed. Price has grabbed external liquidity above this price action. Here we have external liquidity has been grabbed. That means liquidity has been grabbed, and also liquidity has also been grabbed, above this level. Here we have another liquidity has been grabbed, so we can put a sign at the level. So now that we have liquidity has been grabbed here, and we have a price moving bearishly with heavy speed, because this candle, this BB candle, is a sign of displacement. However, we have a fair value gap from this to this point here. We have a fair value gap, a very tiny fair value gap. This tells us that this last up close candle is the bearish order block. So you can mark it from this high to this point, you can mark it as the order block. So you can mark the closing and the opening price as the order block. And as you can see here, price came into the main threshold. So this is what we call main threshold. So price came into the main threshold and found support. So if you want to sell this, you put your stop loss, put your trade and stop loss above the order block. As you can see, price came down. So this is how to identify, high probability order block on the chart. So if you are not following this channel, kindly follow this channel. And if you find this video helpful, kindly press the like button and also share this video to anyone that is struggling with order block. Bye. See you in the next video.